Kadın ve Demokrasi Derneğimiz KADEM'in kıymetli üyeleri,
Valuable members
değerli
of
misafirler,
KADEM, the Women and Democracy
hanımefendiler, beyefendiler,
Association, valuable
sizleri
guests,
en kalbi
ladies and
duygularımla,
gentlemen,
muhabbetle
I'd like to
selamlıyorum.
greet you all wholeheartedly with love and respect.
Derneğimizin 4. Olağan Genel Kurulu'nun ülkemize,
May the
milletimize
Fourth Ordinary General
özellikle
Assembly
de
of our
kadınlarımıza
association be
hayırlar
auspicious to our
getirmesini
nation, to our country,
Allah'tan
and
diliyorum.
specifically for our women.
Kuruluşundan bugüne kadar
From its
KADEM çatısı
foundation
altında
till
kadınlarımızın
this day,
haklarının korunması ve
under
demokrasimizin
the roof of
geliştirilmesi
the
konusunda
KADEM, the
çalışan,
Women and Democracy
gayret gösteren
Association,
tüm
we have
kardeşlerime
many brothers and
teşekkür
sisters
ediyorum.
who advocated for the rights of
İnsanın
women and
cinsiyet
to
dahil
develop
tüm
our democracy.
farklılıklarının ötesinde eşrefi mahlukat, yani yaratılmışların en şereflisi gören,
We
üstünlüğün
see
sadece
the
takvada
human
mümkün
beings as
olabileceğine
the
inanan
most
bir
superior
medeniyetin
ones of all the
mensuplarıyız.
created ones, and
Kadının
we believe that
temel
this
hak ve
superiority
özgürlükleri
can only
konusunda
come
yaşanan
from
sıkıntılar
our
tamamen
belief in the
zamanın ve
Creator. We
şartların
are the
ürünü,
members of such a
toplumsal
belief and such a
kabullerin
religion.
eseridir.
The
Kadını
differences that
anne,
are attached
eş,
to a woman is only
kardeş,
the result
evlat
of
vasıflarıyla
the
insanın bir
certain
yarısı,
societies,
erkeği de
with
yine
its
baba,
role of
eş,
being a
kardeş,
mother or a
evlat
wife
vasıflarıyla
or a
insanın diğer yarısı
sister,
görmeden
and
mesleği
with its
sağlıklı
role of
ve
being a
sürdürülebilir
father or
dengelere
a
oturtmak
brother,
hayli
the
zordur.
woman and the men are
Elbette
the two
ilahi
different
takdirden
halves of the
kaynaklanmayan
created
her
ones, the
meselenin
humanity.
çözümü idrakle, gayretle,
So
sabırla
this
mümkündür.
problem can only be
Bu
resolved
anlayışla
only through
ülkemizdeki kadınların
patience and
dünyadaki
the
genel
full
yönelimlerden
comprehension of
farklı bir
the
seyir izleyerek
creation
bugüne
features of the
gelen
human beings.
şiddetten eğitim ve iş hayatındaki adaletsizliklere kadar
So from
geniş
the
bir
violence imposed
yelpazeye
the
yayılan
women and the
mücadelelerinde
injustices
daima
that the women had to
kullanılıyor.
endure in their fight,
Derneğimizin
we
öncülüğünde
always have
yürütülen
stood with
faaliyetlerde
our women.
dünyada kimi yerlerde varlığını gördüğümüz bir sapkınlık
And
dayatması değil,
we didn't see
kadın
this
insan,
injustices
erkek
as a
insanoğlu irfanından
deviation.
neşet eden
We
değerdir
also
ve
have seen the
onur
virtue of
mücadelesidir.
protecting the honor
KADEM
of our
bünyesinde
women.
gerçekleştirilen çalışmaların hep demokrasi,
And
adalet,
all the activities
hak,
that has been carried out
savrululuk,
under the roof of
temsil,
KADEM
şiddet,
actually stood
mağduriyet gibi
for
kavramlar çerçevesinde
protecting the
yoğunlaşmasının sebebi de
oppression and the
işte
suppression of
bu
our
yaklaşımdır.
women. And
Kadınların haklarını
this is the
savunmak,
basic approach that
onları
is being opted
küçümseyerek,
by KADEM.
metalaştırarak, meseleyi sadece birkaç başlığa indirgeyerek değil,
We didn't stand for the rights of our women by deducing and deducting the rights of our women within the framework of oppression or being victim. Without opting for such kind of an approach and stance, it will be inevitable for our women to face with injustices and oppression. From the day we have come to power, we have fought for this important fight to protect the rights of our women. In every field of our society, we made sure that our women progressed remarkably. At the end of the day, we have increased the women employment level from 27% to 34%. Likewise, we have increased the employment of our women from 6 million to 10 million. By making sure that all our girls can attend to education, we have facilitated their access to education so that we have totally eradicated this problem among the lists of our problems. We have made sure that women participated in an increasing level in the decision-making mechanisms. We have increased the presence of our women in our parliament from 4% to 17%. The number of the women lecturers in our universities reached to the level of 51% already. From the architects to the teacher and engineers in many professions, the ratio of a woman and rate comes to equal levels. Of course, we are still not at the desired level in terms of having more women in the decision-making mechanisms, but we cannot still ignore the progress that have been obtained in the last years. In addition to our women who work, we also attach importance to the labor and the effort put forth by our women who works in their houses. And we show the same level of sensitivity for the demand of our women for justice and honor. The law number 6284, which is an historical moment for fighting against the violence against a woman, is a unique law indeed. From the opening of the women's shelter to monitoring centers, from the psychological support to the decision of standoff, many important activities have been carried out so far. So, from the women's shelter, more than 1 million of our citizens have benefited so far. This clearly shows that the important steps have been taken so far. Violence against women or the murdering of the woman cannot be accepted by anyone. And we have to say that the murder of the woman in our country is less with comparison to many European countries, but our duty is not done until we make sure that no woman is murdered in our country. So that's why the Ministry of Justice is preparing a new reform packages. This draft reform package has already been completed, and in this shortest time possible, we will bring this new reform package to the attention of our Parliament. So, without the presence of remorse, nothing will be accepted as a reason for reducing the time served in the prison by the perpetrators. So those theatrical stands by the perpetrators will not be accepted as a reason to reduce their time served in the prison. So deliberate murder, deliberate killing, if they are carried out against a woman, then the punishment will be even much more graver. And at the same time, the minimum time to be served by the perpetrators of the offenses of threat will start from at least 6 months. And those time served in a prison will increase from 6 months to 2 years prison time. In certain conditions, the verdict of arrest can be warranted. And at the same time, the perpetrations of deliberately injuring and the time to be served in such cases will be increasing as well. Our woman who has been imposed the injury can ask for the free of charge legal counseling by our Bars Association. May all those legal enactments and regulations be auspicious for our women. Dear brothers and sisters, as it is well known, at the outset of this week, we have commemorated and remembered the postmodern coup attempt in Turkey, the 28th of February. As we know, one of the greatest injustices that our women had to endure was the events and incidents taking place back then on 28th of February. The ones who pretended that they would improve the rights of our women had indeed dreamt for such a dark world with their fascist tendencies, which we have observed on 28th of February. So we knew what happened back then. We are not alien to it. In the disguise of modernism, many of our girls have been deprived of their education rights just because of the fact that they were wearing headscarves. So this mentality were collapsing on our nation just like a dark cloud. The women who worked in the public places just because of their headscarves have been sacked from their positions, from their places, without them even blinking their eyes. And they even disseminated this practice even to the private sector. So it is quite possible to come across with the shadow of this dark mentality from the public places to the private sector back then in the past. So during these days, they also struggle for obtaining the power, but the 28th of February is a thing of the past right now, so you will have no chance of constructing the times of 28th of February again.
Ülkemizde kadınların en çok ayrımcılığa maruz kaldığı yıllar.
The years when our women has been subjected to injustices was the time as our people have been marginalized, whereby many people was touting for the democracy. The games of those have been foiled in shortest time possible. So right now they come together and they think whether they can accomplish something. And our ancestors have a wonderful saying: the ones who lose the game will not get tired of trying again and again. As this has been the case in the past, they try to loot our limited resources, and those were the thieves who tried to steal the future of our nation. As the globe was developing with giant steps in terms of economic development, we know that all those economic and political crises that the Turkey had to endure had brought along huge prices to be paid. We have observed that in our time as we founded the government. As we have unleashed the potential of our country, as we have mobilized our resources in order to come up with masterpieces, we have observed that we can increase our services by 5 times or 10 times. That was what we have done in education, in healthcare services, in justice, in foreign policy, in safety and security. This was the thing that we have accomplished in the field of agriculture, and we will continue to accomplish many things in all those aforesaid fields. We are making sure that our women is present and enjoy their rights in every field, in every aspect of the society, in education, in healthcare services. They are the ones who cannot internalize all those developments. They are making up stories in the rostrums of the parliament so that they can pretend that they are the very democratic, but you know their real faces when they find the chances. They are not attacking on their beliefs only, but they are also attacking on the existence of the woman, and unfortunately they are the ones who see women only as a commodity to be abused. At the end of the day, they cannot run away from showing their real faces. The so-called second greatest political party in Turkey is also well known with the rights of the abuses of the woman, and they are closing their ears for such abuses of the rights of women inside of their political party even. Well, God forbid, if such scandals took place in our political party, I cannot even imagine what kind of allegations we had to be subject to. But when this is the case for the members of the opposition party, they keep their silence while they were crying out loud for justice, for honor, for honesty. Where are those women associations? Why those women associations are not speaking about the violations of the rights of women in those political parties?
İlla kendi sülplerinden mi olacak? İlla
So should it be the case that they can stand for the rights of women only if those women share their ideology? Isn't it enough that they are women? Why aren't you going inside of the Palace of Justice? Why aren't you criticizing those violations? Because unfortunately they are of low character.
İşte Başak Cengiz'de bunları gördük.
We have seen it in the case of Başak Cengiz. Those women associations didn't take the stand. They wouldn't take the stand. Why?
Sülpleri birbirine uymuyor.
Because unfortunately
Kadını
they lack
erdemli
the
davranışları
backbone.
savunmak değil.
So they have no aim of advocating the rights of the woman. They are trying to set the ground for their infertile ambitions. That's why the most important and the most sincere advocate of the women's rights are our political party. Without discriminating between men and women, as we love every created for the sake of Creator, we will never allow any injustice to prevail in our society, as it has been the case from now on. We will always advocate for the rights of 85 million of our citizens, and we will continue to serve them with the resources of our state. We will continue to support every activity carried out by KADEM with great joy and excitement.
KADEM çatısı altında görev yapan
Once again, I would like to extend my deepest appreciation on behalf of myself, my family, and my nation to every director who served under the roof of KADEM, the Women and Democracy Association. And with this feeling in my heart, I wish success to all my brothers and sisters who will take the office in the board of directors. May God help us all. Once again, I greet you all with love and respect and affection. May you all stay healthy and safe.
Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımıza konuşmaları için çok teşekkür ediyoruz. Ve zat alilerini çok kısa bir süre daha sahnede misafir etmek istiyoruz. Günün anısına hediye takdimi ve fotoğraf çekimi için KADEM Yönetim Kurulu Başkanı Salih Okur Gümrükçüoğlu'nu bir kez daha sahneye davet ediyorum. Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımıza hediyemiz akademik çalışmalarımızın önemli bir parçası olan Kadın Araştırmaları dergimizin özel baskısı. Tüm sayıları Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımızın kütüphanesinin de bir parçası olacak inşallah. Hakemli dergimiz 2015 yılından bu yana yılda 2 kez yayınlanmaya devam ediyor. Ve şimdi aile fotoğrafı için saygıdeğer Emine Erdoğan hanımefendiyi ve yönetim kurulu başkanımızın kıymetli eşlerini, hemen ardından da yönetim kurulu üyelerimizi sahneye davet ediyorum.